Bruce Blakeman. Unfortunately, I am here because of a tragic circumstance, a heinous crime committed here in Nassau County by an illegal immigrant who should not have been in this country. Unfortunately, it ended in a circumstance where a 5-year-old girl was raped. 5 years old.
Damn.
Apparently, this individual, who is under arrest now due to the fine work of our Nassau County Police Department, entered this country at the age of 16 in 2014. That individual was detained at the border and given a hearing date and never showed up for that hearing date. That individual was part of the catch and release program that still goes on here in the United States. And as we've seen far too many times, these illegal immigrants have come here, committed very, very serious crimes, and it didn't have to happen.
That I do way past cool. What is good, YouTube? It's your boy Whittlefoot with another video, man. This video is an informative video, an educational video, and it's about what's constantly going on in New York State. Now, let me just get to the topic. Hey, don't mind my background. I got family over the house, whatever, my little cousins and stuff. So let me get to this video without further ado. Now, this is like recently looking at this stuff, you know, the Wagwa, the Venezuelan gang, and all that. Yo. These dudes in New York State, let me let y'all know, New York State is full of just retards, bro. Like, I don't know if that's politically correct, but they all dummies. But there's no common sense in New York State as far as the government, the political officials, like the councilman, the council, the governor, and the mayor. Kathy Hochul is probably one of the worst governors we ever had in New York that I've ever encountered. Eric Adams, in my opinion, I think Eric Adams actually voted for Donald Trump. That's between you and me, you feel what I'm saying? Because, you know, he's doubling down on a lot of stuff to where he wants to get rid of these migrants, these illegal immigrants and stuff like this, right? So, saying I have to say, like, they recently did stop that food stamp program. You feel me? Food stamp program. Well, it's a program where they was giving out money every month or every week to these illegals on cars, these debit cards. Eric Adams did recently, you know, get rid of that. But these migrants, these illegal aliens that are in this country in New York, bro, they are violent as fuck, bro. I'm not even gonna hold you. I'm gonna tell you straight like it is. I'm gonna show you guys some videos I want you to check out so I can get an idea of what they really are doing. Don't let these fucking media outlets or these news outlets confuse you or lie to you and say that crime is not happening. These motherfuckers is ruthless, bro. Straight up. They don't respect the law. They don't respect the Constitution. They don't respect no authority figures. You feel what I'm saying? Now, I want y'all to watch this, and I'll be right back with my commentary, alright? That'll do it, Pascal. I'm signing out. Peace.
Of migrants is largely behind the surge in crime in Central Park. In fact, one of the suspects, just 11 years old. Fox 5's Stephanie Bertini has been on the story all day, and Steph, we're wondering what the very latest is on this.
So, new details. We just got images of two suspects police are looking for. The NYPD says these two males are connected to this young migrant robbery pattern here in Central Park. It's alleged they targeted two 20-year-olds on Tuesday night and forcibly took 3 chains, a hat, and a vape. This developing story includes at least 10 cases here in Central Park. The suspects, all migrants, according to police. By the entrance of Central Park at 59th and 7th, a visual police presence.
It is surprising to see a lot of police. I feel like, I don't know, a police presence mostly makes me feel safe.
In this video released to Fox 5 News by the NYPD, you see a group of young males believed to be migrants allegedly on their way to commit a crime. The NYPD says a current young migrant robbery pattern is a driving force behind the increased boots on the ground here.
Until we fix this, we'll be out there.
NYPD Chief of Patrol John Schell says at least 10 cases are connected to young migrant suspects who he says are concentrating on the southern part of the park. Detectives say the suspects are working in groups of up to 12, targeting victims for whatever they can get. And they're young kids, including an 11-year-old just arrested in a different crime yesterday, connected to all this by credit cards.
When he was arrested yesterday, was on video using credit cards that were taken from the robberies in Central Park.
Fox 5 here yesterday watching dozens of cops converge on Central Park in response to the recent robberies. But today, not everyone seems to be aware of the increased police presence. Did you notice more cops today?
We actually didn't. I haven't noticed any. No, just walked into the park right now.
The park is a large area. Those who work here understand the need to keep it safe. Pedicab operator Kenny Winter is on alert.
You can arrest them all you want, but if you're not going to prosecute them, what's the point?
He welcomes the police presence, but thinks more needs to be done to curb the robberies and crime overall. We've reported NYPD statistics show an increase in crime in the park overall, with a 200% increase in robberies specifically this year so far compared to last. These two young women are both 20, the same age as some of the recent victims we reported on as we're covering this young migrant robbery pattern.
I feel like, I don't know, a police presence mostly makes me feel safe.
And hearing that they're young people that are doing this, is that surprising to you at all?
It is, honestly. I wouldn't expect that.
Officials stressing Central Park is one of the most iconic locations in the world, and this will not be tolerated. Now, when it comes to those robbery stats, police say earlier in the year it was local robbers. The cops telling us they cleaned that problem up, and now it's this young migrant robbery pattern they're working. Back to you inside.
Alright, back to the video. Alright, y'all seen that for yourself, right? Like, these young illegal aliens is out here targeting people. You feel what I'm saying? In the city, you feel me? In Central Park, you feel what I'm saying? So they out here deliberately looking to do harm to people. Deliberately out here looking to rob and steal from people. You feel what I'm saying? And you seen for yourself, these people are young, like 11 years old. They recruiting these young guys, young ones, young guys, bro. Come on. You feel what I'm saying? This is what the Biden administration wanted. These illegal aliens to be out here just committing crimes, and you can arrest them, like dude said, you can arrest them as much as you want. Son, it don't matter. You can arrest these dudes as much as you want, but you're not prosecuting them, so you're gonna arrest them and then release them. So it defeats the purpose. You feel what I'm saying? So that is crazy to me. I don't understand how they got that in order. Like, how do you got that in place to where you just catching them and releasing them? What sense, bro? Dog. What sense, y'all, does that make? You feel what I'm saying? Like, it makes no sense to be catching these illegal aliens and you can't even prosecute them. You gotta catch them and then release them. They're gonna still repeat. They're gonna be repeat offenders. They're gonna do the same shit again, and then they're gonna feel as if the whole consequence thing is laxed. Meaning they ain't gonna get nothing but a ride to central booking. And they're gonna get released after that. You feel what I'm saying? Like, who wants to do, like, bro, these niggas is wild. These niggas is crazy. And y'all gonna see something else, bro. But I'm just letting y'all know, the people in New York State, bro, the people in New York State are, they don't give a fuck about nothing, bro. New Yorkers, I'm not even gonna speak for all of them, but a lot of New Yorkers don't give a fuck about nothing, bro. Plain as day. They act mad dumb to shit like they don't understand what's going on in the world, bro. It's like niggas is living under a rock, and as long as they little comfortable bubble is not popped, or they fucking whatever they egg they living in is not cracked, they don't care. You feel what I'm saying? And the ballot was so confusing. Like, there's something in New York State. In case y'all was wondering why New York State is continuously blue. The ballot was rigged. You feel me? The election, the ballot to vote for Kamala or Trump was so confusing. It didn't make no sense. There was no issues on the ballot. You feel what I'm saying? I also forgot to say this. I forgot to mention this. They also did not ask for New York State ID for nobody. All you had to do was say your first three initials of your name and your last three initials, which was a huge red flag to me. But oh yeah, I just had to mention that. But check it out. There was no issues about migration on the ballot. There was no issues about the economy on the ballot. There was no issues. There was no mention of any of these things. There was no mention of mass deportation on the ballot to vote for. There was nothing on the ballot to vote for except for Kamala Harris and Donald Trump and what party you belong to or what party you want to support. That's it. The ballot in New York was fixed, bro. Don't believe the bull crap. Don't believe the hype, bro. These people here are they are in bed with the cartel, bro. They are in cahoots with these corrupted politicians, bro. These people are mad, bro. They're insane, bro. I'm telling you, New York State is going down the drain. You feel what I'm saying? And they do not give a fuck about the people. The people who already live here, the New Yorkers who already been residing here for the longest, they don't care about us, bro. They don't. But that I'm gonna show y'all some other video, and y'all gonna find out for yourself, bro. Don't be bamboozled or believe the bullshit, man. People in America, well, people in America, people in New York, bro. These illegal immigrants, bro. They come in here looking for jobs and shit, but they ain't finding them. You feel what I'm saying? Because there's really no jobs here. You feel me? There's really no jobs here. You feel what I'm saying? And it's just weird. It's just crazy, bro. You can see because most of these people go into these shelters, hopefully thinking that all right, in the next few months, 3 months, 6 months, or whatever, how long it takes, they're gonna find a job, be able to take care of their family and make money. Now, some people are doing that. I can't say a lot though. I say like a handful of people are doing that. You feel what I'm saying? And others are just here to just steal from people, rob shit. You feel me? And it's crazy because the police cannot even go into these hotels and arrest these people, these illegal aliens. In New York State, it's so fucked up. You got the New York police, the New York State, the New York police, right, or whatever district it is, Nassau County, NYPD, State Trooper, anywhere, right? They got those police officers and the ISIS police. They cannot work together, bro, which makes no fucking sense. So you mean to tell me if the police saying if they catch an illegal alien, right, they cannot disclose the status of that illegal alien to ISIS, which is the police, which is the people who handle immigration and stuff like that. You feel what I'm saying? They cannot give over the record of this illegal immigrant to ISIS to get this person either audited for the asylum or to get them deported. You feel what I'm saying? But y'all take a look at this one, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think after this, man. And I'll be back again with another commentary. You feel me? Peace.
Tracking very closely as the New York Police Department has released body camera footage of the attack on 2 officers by a group of migrants in Times Square. This happened last month. The video shows a man in a yellow jacket who is believed to be Henry Brito wrestling with the officers as that melee does ensue. Thursday, Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg announced that 7 people had been indicted in connection with the January 27th attack. I do want to send it over to our Fox 5 New York team as they filed this report with a closer look at the video.
We're getting a better look from multiple angles surrounding January 27th's violent beatdown of 2 NYPD officers.
A large group of these males, Mr. Brito included, are standing in front of the shelter and they're blocking 42nd Street, forcing people to walk around them.
The officers instruct them to go to West 41st Street. Henry Brito, the only suspect currently held at Rikers, is seen on body cam footage telling the officers, "Don't touch me." And seconds later, after he grabs a stroller and begins walking, one of those officers grabs him and pins him against the wall. Brito asks in Spanish, "Why are you stopping me?"
He refused a lawful order. They attempted to place him under arrest, and the melee begins.
The incident in that instant turns physical as the men around Brito responds to his arrest, kicking and striking officers. Brito comes out of his shirt, and more of the men, prosecutors say a total of 14, jump in, kicking those officers. Thursday, Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg announced a grand jury returned 6 additional indictments against the suspects involved with the assault.
I stand here today confident that we have identified the roles of every person who broke the law and participated in this heinous attack.
DA Bragg went down the line detailing each individual charged in the incident and their role in the assault. They're all accused of striking one of the officers, if not both.
The 5 who have had their charges unsealed all face felony charges. 4 face a top charge of assault in the 2nd degree.
As y'all seen that, right? They putting hands and feet on the officers. Now I had to blur that because I don't want to be showing no police officers getting getting assaulted. That's just not cool. And at the same time, to protect, whoever that person is, I don't want that to be glorified, because you don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Also for YouTube guidelines, y'all see for yourself what's going on. These guys is actually jumping the police, bro. Like, they don't have no remorse for authority figures, bro. It's crazy, bro. And it's crazy. It's like, I don't get it. And New York State talking about they're going to push back against, Donald Trump trying to reinforce these deportation rules and laws. And these are the people he going after, people who committing crimes and stuff like this, who's acting out of aggression like this, who's doing these type of things. This is who you want to get out of the country first. And they all talking about some, oh no, deportation is bad. Y'all seen what the fuck they just did to them 2 officers, bro? Dude, look like, bro, those officers are trying to protect the people, law-abiding citizens, bro. And I'm not even gonna hold you. A lot of New Yorkers, bro, we fuck. Not to be on no say, oh, niggas is police. And niggas fuck with some of the NYPD officers, bro, because they in the hood, bro. So they like a lot of them are people that the niggas know. Some I ain't gonna front. Some people don't like NYPD at all. You feel what I'm saying? But all officers aren't bad, bro. I'm not gonna sit here and say that because that would be wrong to say. Some officers or some cops are not bad, bro. You feel me? And those cops who actually do their job and who's going against the corrupt motherfuckers are the ones who deserve immunity. That's who Donald Trump is talking about. The cops who's trying to blow the whistle, who's doing their job respectfully. You feel what I'm saying? Who's going out here making sure that they uphold the law. They do the right thing. Those are the cops that here talking about that need immunity. You feel what I'm saying? Because some of these cops come from the same projects, same neighborhoods, same communities as us, as regular people. They just decided to get the shield and the badge and all of that stuff and take an oath and all of that. They still people. You feel me? Without that gun and that badge, they still a regular citizen, bro. You feel what I'm saying? But this is what's happening. You see it for yourself. They out here robbing people in New York. They out here fighting the police and shit. Don't have no rules and law for authority. And then you got these fucking government officials trying to tax. Bro, they're trying to put more taxes on us. You feel what I'm saying? This lady, I'm telling you, Eric Adams, Governor Kathy Hochul, these immigration people who are in charge of any immigration for lack of better words, I'm just gonna say any immigration like what am I trying to say right now? Not a program, but agency, any immigration agency. There we go. Any immigration agency. Look at them. Most of them are immigrants themselves. You feel me? So they don't care about upholding the law in New York State. They don't care about the American citizens. They don't care about the veterans. They don't care about the homeless that's already here. They don't care about poverty and stuff. They don't care about none of that shit. They don't care about nobody, bro, but themselves, bro. And they trying to do all of this shit. They trying to pass some shit called the congestion bill, where it's too much gas gas emissions and stuff like that. So they trying to charge people that's taking a certain way in New York to pay money, and it's going to affect people in a bad way. People who get deliveries for food deliveries and stuff like that, their deliveries logistically going to have to take that route that they're trying to put money. They're trying to put a tax on, if you will. So that's going to affect. Logistically, that's going to affect the consumer. It's going to affect the first. It's going to affect the person, the merchandiser, the person that got the merchandise, right? Logistics, the people that's traveling, right? They gonna get hit with the fine. So people who the consumers is us. You feel me? The people who got the merchandise, like the vendors and stuff, they're the ones gonna have to pay extra money too, because how you think the logistics gonna pay? They gonna have to charge the vendors more money. So then the vendors gonna have to go up with their prices, which is gonna cause us to pay more money as consumers. You feel what I'm saying? So it's all fucked up. New York State is a fucked up state, bro. These people in this country, in this state, bro, are fucking loony, bro. The rest of America, they got it. They got it. But New York State, they just fucking losing it, bro. Like, I'm moving out of here, bro. I'm moving out of this state, man. I can't stay here. I done took too many L's here, bro. Real shit. And then people were fucking stalking me and shit. Like, people, it's just fucking weird, bro. I'm telling you, New York itself is a weird ass state to fucking live in, bro. Yeah, New York is all of that, but man, it ain't really what it cracked up to be, bro. Don't believe the hype. You feel what I'm saying? Like, yeah, if you from another place and you move to New York, you don't see it because you surface level. You feel me? But you gotta grow up here, be here for years and years, and know how shit was back in the day. You feel me? You gotta be like a native. You feel me? To know what's going on. So I'm just telling y'all, what the hell's going on here. This is only a little brief summary. Shout out to my boy Cash Jordan. I'm gonna link his channel in the description. I can go check his channel out because he does a phenomenal job at covering the story more in a broader broader and in a more broader sense. You feel what I'm saying? So Cash Jordan, a phenomenal YouTuber. He does great work. So I'm gonna put him in there. You can go check out his channel. You feel what I'm saying? Cause some of his channel I'll be watching too. So also, man, it's just crazy, bro. But I got another video I want y'all to watch. Check this video out. And without further ado, that'll do it past cool. It's your boy Woodfoot signing out. Peace.
They are 15 years old and are getting ready to reach the United States from Mexico, preparing to travel 3,000 kilometers on a freight train.
Look, there's a train that stopped over there. Let's go.
Joao and Rafael have fled Honduras where their lives were in danger. They are traveling alone with no money. They know that this journey could cost them their lives, but they're ready to do anything to reach the United States.
Do you think it will be a train like that we'll get on? Look, we could put ourselves here. We'll be safe. But up there, isn't it hot?
Getting on and off a moving train has caused the deaths of hundreds of migrants, including increasing numbers of minors. Despite the risks, over the last 3 years, tens of thousands of teenagers have attempted this journey. The young migrants who are trying to take the train for the first time are given some advice.
You must never try to catch the train head-on. If the train is going that way, for example, you catch it with your right hand and run by its side like that. And then you put your first foot on. Most importantly, never let go. Because if you fall, the train sucks you under and you're dead.
But once on the train, the worst is yet to come. Armed gangs extort money from the migrants.
If you see guys getting on the train with machetes or guns, you lie on the floor and you don't move. And you stay still. Give them everything you have. Don't even hesitate. Give them your rucksack. Don't resist or they'll kill you straight away.
175,000 migrants have made their way to New York City, and as of February 2024, more than $2 billion has been spent on caring for these arriving migrants, with budget cuts coming in the form of reduced services such as library hours, meals for senior citizens, re-entry programming for Rikers Island prisoners, and free full-day care for 3-year-olds. This influx of migrants has become increasingly concerning, leading many native New Yorkers to worry about the impact it may have on the city. As the issue of immigration continues to worsen, concerns about overcrowding, strain on public resources, and changes to the city's cultural identity are growing. Issue number 1, New York City's sanctuary status. The increasing trend of states and cities in America becoming sanctuary jurisdictions can be viewed through 2 distinct lenses. On one hand, it can be seen as a progressive step towards diversifying and welcoming people from all backgrounds, providing a safe haven for those seeking a better life. On the other hand, it can also be a source of concern for native-born residents who may worry about the impact on public services, law enforcement, and overall quality of life. New York City is a prime example of a sanctuary city, having adopted its policy in 1989 under the leadership of then-Mayor Ed Koch. As a result, city officials are prohibited from sharing information about immigrants with federal authorities unless it is directly related to a criminal matter or there is explicit written consent from the individual immigrant. This means that law enforcement cannot detain or deport individuals solely based on their immigration status, and that city officials will not share information about an individual's immigration status without their explicit permission. In 2024, Mayor Eric Adams called for change to New York City's sanctuary city laws, stating that he wants migrants suspected of major crimes turned over to federal immigration officials, showcasing how the migrant crisis is causing a spike in crime. Issue number 2, busing of migrants from other states. It is not uncommon for migrants to be bused from state to state, as overwhelming influxes of migrants have led some states to take advantage of other states' sanctuary statuses. When a particular state becomes overwhelmed by the number of migrants arriving, some governors may choose to bus these individuals to other states with more lenient immigration policies. This tactic is often employed by states with more conservative political leanings, who may see it as a way to shift the responsibility of caring for migrants to more liberal-leaning states. As a result, migrants may find themselves being transported from one state to another, often without being given the opportunity to settle or establish a new life in a particular community. In the spring of 2022, New York State hastily launched its new migrant reception system, a rapid response effort to address the growing influx of asylum seekers and migrants arriving at the state's borders. The system, which was established in partnership with local organizations and government agencies, was designed to provide a comprehensive range of services, including food, shelter, and medical care to those in need. Since its launch, more than 170,000 people have passed through the system. As reported by ABC News, by 2023, the number of migrants arriving in New York City surged dramatically, rising from around 400 migrants arriving daily to around 600. Mayor Adams largely attributed this spike to Texas Governor Greg Abbott ramping up the number of charter buses with migrants he's sending to NYC and other sanctuary cities. Adams accused Abbott of using vulnerable asylum seekers as political pawns. According to the New York Post, the state of Texas has spent more than $124 million to bus migrants to New York City and other blue states since April 2022. They also noted that to deal with the influx, New York City placed migrants in shelters in the Roosevelt Hotel, Floyd Bennett Field, and a sprawling tent city on Randall's Island. Issue number 3, increased crime. While it's difficult to determine the exact impact of the recent influx of migrants in New York City on crime rates, some have raised concerns about the potential link between the two. Despite studies by NPR and other organizations suggesting that immigrants are less likely to commit crimes due to their fear of being extradited, some local residents remain skeptical. While looking into the matter in May 2024, NPR spoke with many New Yorkers on their views around migrants and crime rates. When speaking with Carlos Chaparro, who runs a vocational school on Roosevelt Avenue in Queens, New York, he said, "Unfortunately, crime is up. My clients say that when they leave at night, they're being attacked and mugged increasingly in the last year. What's more, over 20 people along the commercial strip in New York City were interviewed by NPR, and they all had the opinion that crime has increased throughout the past year." On May 20, 2024, Newsweek shared the results of a poll conducted by Redfield and Wilton Strategies. 974 eligible voters in New York City participated in the poll, which asked them a variety of questions about topics affecting both the city and the country as a whole, such as their opinions on the current crime rate and whether they believed that the influx of migrants was having an effect. In the study, more than 70% of respondents said that immigrants in the city are to blame for the present crime rate, with 41% citing a significant impact and 31% citing a fair amount of damage. According to the poll, 10% of respondents claimed immigration had no effect at all, while 18% claimed it was having a small impact. Issue number 4, the job market. The struggle for migrants to find work in New York City is a pressing concern, as those without employment may resort to desperate measures to survive, potentially leading to increased crime rates. Governor Hochul and New York City Mayor Eric Adams have recognized the need for support, introducing new programs such as work authorization clinics and a jobs portal to more quickly match migrants with work opportunities. However, despite these efforts, the path to legal employment is controversial and fraught with challenges. Firstly, as reported by Vox, migrants in New York City are not eligible to work right away due to asylum rules, which require migrants to wait about 6 months for a work permit. Secondly, according to the Christian Science Monitor, bureaucratic hurdles and limited knowledge of the U.S. job market make it difficult for migrants to navigate the process. Additionally, even in a tight labor market, companies are often hesitant to hire authorized foreigners due to concerns about language barriers and lack of domestic work history. As a result, many migrants are forced to rely on informal or underground economies, which can exacerbate the issue of crime and perpetuate a cycle of poverty. According to OSC NYC, in 2023, the unemployment rate was 15% for 16 to 24-year-old immigrant workers, a 5% increase from the 10% reported in 2019. In May 2024, the Financial Times stated that the limbo of work and legal status has pushed many migrants to informal jobs in the city's underground economy, and many of these workers are paid in cash or with prepaid debit cards. Issue number 5, rising costs. As mentioned, it costs significant amounts of money to provide shelter, food, and general resources to migrants. As reported by Vox, New York City is expected to spend $12 billion on sheltering and supporting immigrants over the next 3 fiscal years if migration keeps up its present pace. However, Mayor Eric Adams has stated that estimate is closer to $10 billion, which is still a figure he says will destroy New York City. A big expense for the city is the fact that schools are now feeling the strain of added students. According to CBS News, New York City is facing the ENL teacher shortage that predates the migrant crisis. The decision to house migrants in schools across New York City has led to a surge in student enrollment, placing an unprecedented strain on the school system. The sudden influx of children has resulted in a significant increase in class sizes, putting a tremendous burden on already overworked teachers and staff. The existing teacher shortage has been exacerbated by this development, forcing schools to rely heavily on substitute teachers, which comes at a significant cost. According to the New York Post, schools are having to pay out to hire new teachers and also cover the cost of substitute teachers, a financial burden that is only adding to the already stretched resources of the school system. This will force the city to spend an additional $1.9 billion on teachers and space. In the meantime, worries for New York City residents is that educators are struggling to provide the necessary support and attention to their students, and the quality of education is suffering as a result. As reported by Worth, outside of the strain on the school system, the City Comptroller's Office reports that New York City spends $396 a day on each immigrant who enters the shelter system. Although a thorough breakdown of expenses was not accessible to the comptroller as of December 2023, these costs include housing, medical treatment, Medicaid enrollment, immunizations, legal orientation, and more. Indirect costs include the general stress on public services, the price of reintegrating the newcomers into the workforce, and the effects on local communities. They also noted how, in order to open more than 210 shelter sites, including 18 humanitarian relief centers, the city has depended on expensive emergency contracts worth almost $5.7 billion, which has led to allegations of waste and fraud against the Adams administration. In June 2023, Bloomberg reported that Adams' office agreed to pay hotels a premium, which was sometimes 73% more than a typical nightly rate, and guarantee full occupancy. For example, the Holiday Inn in the financial district charged $190 a night over its typical rate of $110. This reportedly saw the Holiday Inn rake in a significant $10.5 million profit, while New York City footed the bill. To manage such expenses, Mayor Adams was forced to slender down services such as library hours, meals for senior citizens, re-entry programming for Rikers Island prisoners, and free full-day care for 3-year-olds.